OnlyFans paid. Look at that. Or is it paid off? I'm going with OnlyFans because that's more fun. Alright, good morning. It's 45 degrees. It's chilly. Second commute. We've added some protection. We've got side plate protection, nylon, CF Moto factory guards. We've got the skid plate, SW Motec. We put on a little bit taller windshield from WRS. We also have mounted a carpy ride. And more importantly, since it's 45 degrees, we put a set of Oxford Adventure Premium heated grips on the bike. So let's give the commute a go with some upgrades here. Should be better. We got 51 miles to go and a full tank of gas. And let's go for some heated grips right away. Let's see, what did I have as my secondary info here? Information 1. No, that's not it. It was information 2. Instant fuel, voltage. What do I want in there? Average fuel, average speed. Outside air temperature would have been cool. Voltage is already displayed, I believe. Let's go with voltage. See where it comes up. Oh yeah, right next to the battery down there, right here. So that must be 1 and 2. The odometer is number 1, the voltage is number 2, so I can change those around to display whatever I want. 283 miles on this scooter. And the grips feel great. Nice and warm already. Fuzzy Biker. He stated he was never a heated grip kind of guy, which I find interesting. Been riding bikes for a while, almost probably as long as him, including snowmobiles, right? Snow machines, whatever you call them, wherever you live. And heated grips are amazing. A pair of heated grips can relieve cramps in your hands. They actually warm your entire upper body, because the blood's got to flow through your fingers and back to your body. And if you're warming that up, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't even live in a super cold climate. I mean, it gets below freezing here, and I ride in it. But when I lived in Alaska, man, heated grips were required. I mean, we commuted, at least the guys who love to ride, we commuted till it snowed. So, and it could have been 25 degrees and we're commuting. I've gotten to the point where heated grips and cruise control is almost required. Cruise control for sure on a longer trip. Good morning and welcome to Will It Commute. I'm assuming it's going to commute better than last time. One upgrade I forgot to mention, which probably has the biggest impact on this commute, is we upgraded to a 15-tooth front sprocket. And on the last video, I did a couple of speed tests and versus RPM in 6th gear, and I'll put those side by side when I get to an area where I can get up to speed. It looks to me like going up one tooth dropped the RPM 750 to 800 RPM. Before, you were nearly 1,000 RPM for every 10 miles per hour, right? Now it's 70 miles an hour. It's like 6,100 RPM. It's much more relaxed. And there's still plenty of grunt in first gear. I think this bike is just geared really low from the factory. Geared low and sprung tight. The spring definitely is not lacking on this. The suspension is firm. I also played around with the damping. We'll see how that goes once the as far as road commuting goes. Got that amazing CF Moto 450 exhaust note. Gotta love it. No one coming. Why do we have fog? Nobody wants fog. Go away, fog. I didn't put my riding pants on. My legs are gonna get wet. Curse you, fog. And you're fogging up my windshield. My audience can't see where the hell we're going. This WRS windshield, I think it's a touring windshield. It must be. It's freaking huge. It's in like a medium setting right now. It's not all the way up, not all the way down. And I'm looking right over the top. You, of course, are looking from my chin. You're probably not able to see over the top of this windshield. Put that down. Keep my glasses from getting wet. Come on, trailer man, let's go. Speed limit's 50. Yeah, the RPMs are much more relaxed. For sure, for sure. You got the idea. Well, this is ridiculous. You know, it'd be really cool if people would turn on their freaking lights when they're in the fog. I'm gonna get on my old man soapbox here. If something ever really did go down, like apocalyptic shit, 80% of the population would be dead in 2 days. Maybe 2 days. What would they do without their TikTok? I shouldn't say 80% of the population. 80% of the US population. So there's your 4,000 RPM. 47 miles an hour. It used to be 4,000 RPM, 40 miles an hour, or close to it. I loosened up the dampening in the back. You only have rebound dampening adjustment in the back because it was just felt too solid. Solid going down, solid going up. And then in the front, actually I loosened both the rebound and the compression dampening. This is a stiff suspension. I mean, those will probably change once I go off-road and see how that feels. I also noticed the dealership has the spring preload basically all the way out, like zero preload, and I'm 200 pounds and it feels about right. And of course that will change off-road or carrying some luggage. Let's climb and get up out of this mess. Alright, son, do your job. Let's warm some things up here. I can already feel it. It's much better right here. Heated grips are amazing. Gotta love them. Put those things on everything. Actually, my BMW came with heated grips, but everything else. Cone in the middle of the road. That's interesting. Definitely enjoying the more relaxed RPM. Seems like a mod worth doing. Of course, we'll have to review that once we decide to go off-road, and now we have protection, we can go off-road. That'll be this weekend. Probably head up to the OHV, see how she feels on some single track stuff. Heated grips are doing work. Hands are feeling fine, keeping the upper body warm. Windshield's clearing up. Can probably close this now. We're still filming. Hey, there's a fire over there coming up through the fog. That's interesting. Jury's still out on this windshield. I'm not sure that this windshield's any better than the stock one with the puke visor. I had zero complaints with even just the stock one without the visor, and the visor made it that much better. I mean, obviously this one's doing work. It's doing what it's supposed to do. But I found most windscreens, regardless of shape, size, or whatever, without a little visor on there, the clip-on visor, airfoil, it acts like an airfoil. You get random turbulence. And that little clip-on visor will smooth that right out. This random burble that comes over the top, and I don't know, it's not a consistent airflow. It is a beautiful morning. Crisp. I think it's a little warmer up here. A little temperature inversion going on. Cleaning up from the fire. The airport fire. A lot of people up here lost everything. Copyright's doing things. Got Google Maps up there for me. I have a lot of downloaded offline Google Maps storage on my phone. Man, while I'm on the asphalt, I almost always go back to Google Maps. I'm definitely done with Garmin. And off-road, I can throw Gaia up there, and that works fine. I have all my tracks on there for off-road and my camp spots marked. All my camp spots are marked on Google, and my favorites, they show up. I can navigate to them, from them, whatever. It's just so much easier than tinkering with Garmin. I'm probably going to get a little chilly descending down into this little valley here. This bike reminds me a lot of the Himalayan handling-wise on the asphalt. The 21-inch front wheel and tire combo doesn't really seem to affect the smoothness or transition on asphalt. I know some bikes with 21-inch, it feels like you're fighting that 21-inch. You're literally having to counter steer. But this guy just kind of glides on through the corners. That's the biggest pro on the Himalayan 411, in my opinion, is just how good of a street bike it is. In handling wise, right, and smoothness and being neutral, and obviously it's not the greatest street bike in regards to having power to do anything, but and the brakes, my brakes anyway, from the factory were pretty bad. I fixed that. But yeah, we're not here to talk about the Himalayan 411. We're here talking about this IBEX, and I just don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm not finding anything wrong with the bike. In stock form, it was perfectly fine in every regard. This 1-2 sprocket change, you know, might have made it a little better. The jury's out on that, right? We got to go hit the trails and see how it feels off-road now. Although we never took it off-road with the 14 tooth, so. But we'll get an idea real quick if it feels like it's geared too high in first gear for off-road activity. All right, with a fresh battery and fresh new ideas. No, just kidding. Time for the highway portion, right? Let's go all the way up on that guy. She's damp, she's wet, she's cold. I don't think we have any more fog though. We were talking about seat height before I was abruptly cut off. Probably didn't get any of that. So, yeah, I don't know. Can you see that? My heels are barely off the deck. So I'm basically flat footing the stock suspension with the enduro seat. Traction control, ABS, look at that. Average 70 miles per gallon. Not bad. So anyway, here we are. Let's do the highway portion, and I'll grab some footage from the highway portion I did with stock gearing. We can compare RPMs. There's a nice airflow around with this touring shield all the way up. It's not bad. You gotta remember, cold air is always louder. People laugh when you say that, but it's true. Ooh, need my morning coffee. So let's zip on up to 70 and see where our RPM's at. Going uphill, so it's kind of a bad measurement. So 6200, 6100 is 70 miles an hour. We'll throw the other 70 mile an hour up there on the screen, side-by-side comparison. I bet you there's probably a good 700 RPM difference there. I think we had a top speed of 92 miles per hour before the red line started flashing at me. I'm not going to do that again today because it'll be higher. We don't need felony speed tickets. But I am going to kick it up to 75 here, because that's a pretty common speed for people to traverse the country on highways. And it looks like we're at 6,500 RPM, maybe 66. Anyway, it feels way better. You know, I'm guessing, without having the other footage in my head, that we're probably, like I said earlier, 700 RPM less, maybe 800. I mean, right now 70 miles an hour is completely chill and relaxed. The bike's not even working. I hardly have the throttle twisted at all. About 5,500 RPM. She's barely chugging along. Not bad. Is it better than the stock windshield with the puke visor? I think so, because I have less wind on my shoulders. The little puke visor will get rid of the burble over the top and smooth the airflow out over your helmet, but it doesn't add this, right? And that right there is keeping wind off my shoulders right now. It's a pretty nice ride right here. Nice little air pocket. I do have an adventure helmet on that has a peak. Where the hell that name came from, I'll never know. And it's not getting any weird turbulence on it, making noises or moving my head around. Seems good. Recommended. Can't see a downside of this WRS windscreen right now, other than it does look a little big. But when it's all the way down, it's not too bad. And I'm sure it'll be fine off-road when it's all the way down. I am definitely keeping the stock windscreen though, just in case there's a ride planned has more off-road. And I can switch back and forth. 70 miles per hour. Up the hill. What, 60, maybe 62, 61 and a half. 6,150 RPM. That's a sweet spot for this engine, man. Well, actually, the whole freaking RPM band is a sweet spot. It's just smooth. It's the smoothest parallel twin I've ever ridden. And this one runs out of RPM before it runs out of power. It pulls hard right to the red line. There's 90. I mean, it's still going. And this completes our highway portion of Will It Commute. We'll have comparison videos, pre and post. 14, 15 tooth sprockets. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video as a quick comparison and the aftermod commuting thoughts, whatever I may have blabbled about. And if you did, thumbs up. That'll tell the algorithm more people should probably see the video. You guys have a good one. And if I don't see you before Thanksgiving, have a great Thanksgiving, those of you in the U.S. Man, this thing pulls hard for a 450. Sounds good too. Look, your song displays right here. Look at that. Technology, man.